Hey guys and welcome back to another What If Here. Today we're doing part 2 to what if teams haven't swapped their genders or had their genders changed. If you don't know what happened in the last part, then there'll be a link in the description down below which should very much take you to a playlist where you can watch part 1 to the series, part 2 and part 3 when it comes out Friday. And with that out of the way, hope you like this part and let's get into it. So we could go by from Yugal or Cat training Naruto, as Naruto would wake up and would somewhat be excited to see her team again, and somewhat how they may have changed as well. So Naruto for herself hasn't besides from changing her obviously shinobi outfit, and that was somewhat relatively the same Naruto. But she's still looking forward to seeing them again, as she hadn't seen any of them in a week, so she'd head to training ground 7 at around half an hour early at 7:30, as she just was too excited to finally get to see her team again. And she'd end and go, "Hey Sensei," as Kakashi would go, "Hey there Naruto," as Naruto would then blink and go, "Huh? Sensei, you're actually here? Early?" As Kakashi would just look at her and go, "I can be on time or even early when I want to be, Naruto." As Naruto would just stare back, go, "Really? It seemed like it took you to become a woman to start coming early." As Kakashi would just shrug and go, "Well, I was somewhat thinking over the week, and somewhat realised that I really haven't been a great sensei." It's not to go, "Oh, really? What gave you that idea, senseis?" Yukasa would just sigh and go, "I know I probably have been the worst sensei out of the three graduated teams. I know I've been the worst sensei out of the two other senseis. I know I have somewhat been the worst one, though, and I somewhat hope we don't exactly have long, because there is something coming up that I do plan on, if Hokage-sama allows me to. I do plan on entering Team 7 into something. I can't say what, as I don't want to really spoil it right now, but hopefully he'll let me do it. And it's not to someone go, "Well, okay then, so what are we gonna do then, senseis?" Kakashi go, "Well, firstly, what is your outfit?" As Nato go, "What do you mean?" As Kakashi would go, "What I meant was, what grade is your outfit? Is it shinobi or civilian grade?" As Nato go, shinobi. I got it from, me and Cat got it from a shinobi store, so shinobi can conduct chakra. So Kakashi would go, "That's good. I presume the shoes are as well, or boots, I guess." Isn't that would nod and go, they're reinforced shinobi heels, sensei." As Kakashi just nod once again, as go, "Well, tell me what you've at least, or what Kata's either trained you in or has brought your skills up. Well, yeah, what is I can't help to with throughout this week is not go well. Mainly, she trained me in the water walking, and then just mainly helped me in taijutsu sensei, and that's somewhat it. That's good, and that, and I learned who my parents are. As Kakashi would go, so you know, that the fourth was my father. Yeah, and he gave apparently. He gave a note to Gigi to give to me when I'd either found out or learnt who obviously he was. As Kakashi, and what was that note? What did the note say? Well, mainly said that he loved me, and that he felt incredibly guilty and bad about pretty much forced me in the life of a Jinchuriki, and that as such he left me two jutsus, one he created and one he kind of remade or made a better version of it. As Kakashi would crack an eyebrow, and you'd think, well, the one he made had to be the Rasengan, but what was the other one? As so now they'd go, the first one is the Rasengan, and then Pyrushin, I think it said. I think that's what it said. As Kakashi would go somewhat wide-eyed, as Kakashi would go, you do know, yes, I know they're both somewhat, dangerous techniques. More specifically, the Rasengan over the Hyacinth, but yes, Sensei, I do know that they are both in the wrong hands very yes, in the wrong hands they can be incredibly dangerous. And I've somewhat managed to I've learnt how to do the Rasengan as Kakashi already in a week. As Naruto would shrug, I've got clones. Kakashi would go, so you use your shadow clones. Once I managed to pop the water balloon in both my hands 3 times, I then went on to make 1,000 or so shadow clones and have them training and trying to pop the water in just one hand, and trying to speed up the popping of the water balloon. Once I got that down to within a second or so in my single hand, then proceeded to go on to popping the rubber ball. And once I got that popped 3 times, I then did the same thing, made 1,000 clones, had them try and pop it in my hand, and then tried obviously putting them together. And once I successfully managed to do that 3 times, I then made once again 1,000 clones and had them all try and minimize the amount of time it took to form a Rasengan. As Kakashi would just go, wow, so you've been busy as Naruto shrug, I guess, Sensei. So what are you going to teach us? As you now know, water walking, we'll somewhat wait for Sasuke and Sakura to get here, and once they do, I'll check on them to see what they've been up to, though I'm guessing that I'm gonna have to show Sasuke how to do water walking, but I will have a clone watch him, but watch her. That's correct. And myself and Naruto just nod and go. So what would then mean Sakura, if Sakura also knows water walking? So it's like, well, if Sakura knows it, if she doesn't, then he will be with Sasuke to learn tree walking with a clone of mine watching them, a clone of mine. And then if you know it, but if Sakura, if Sakura does notice, well then, I'm gonna somewhat check both of yours elemental affinities. There's Naruto blink, what's that? An elemental affinity Naruto. He says Kakashi would go to explain the somewhat elements and the 5 basic ones, and that they are advanced elements as well, but they tend to be obviously Geki, Genkai, bloodline limits, and that it is somewhat deemed impossible to mix 2 elements together to make one, so wind and water to make ice. And it's, Naruto just somewhat does Naruto then go, as we're somewhat waiting, Sensei, why don't we spar a bit, as Kakashi would somewhat shrug and would put a book in a pouch and would then go into a stance as she goes, sure. And for the next half an hour or so, Naruto and Kakashi would be sparring, just taijutsu, no jutsu, kenjutsu, or anything like that, just pure hand-to-hand combat. Sasuke would be the next to arrive, looking exactly like he does in canon, though the only difference is obviously that his outfit would be, instead of male clothes, it'd be female, though he'd really look the same, just somewhat 2 bumps on his chest, a somewhat slightly obviously bigger chest, but that's it. Obviously with somewhat the only 2 lads you can really, from even probably a distance, noticed that they have a chest would be Kakashi and Naruto. More so Naruto somewhat barely, as cup size is a B, small B cup, and Kakashi's around a D, around a D to almost, say high D cup, small double D cup. So they're big. Though in the grand scheme of things, like, I've forgotten names nowadays, but it's so massive. But yeah. Anyway, though, and Sasuke wasn't really surprised that the sensei hadn't really changed really any of clothing at all, besides from getting a female flat jacket from the Hokage, and just got a somewhat navy blue grey, navy blue / dark grey top to replace the one that is too small. And though she was somewhat surprised that Naruto's very much changing outfit, as Naruto was very much wearing a somewhat dark orange jacket that had somewhat a plain orange, plain dark orange, burnt orange jacket, with obviously the skirt being a similar colour to the jacket. The only difference with the skirt being that it had in a slightly brighter tone of colour foxes that seemingly looked like they were either playing around in that. And both her skirt and her jacket, well, her jacket at the back had the Uzumaki symbol, and on her skirt also had it, though smaller, obviously, for obvious reasons. From there, then she had black tights, which, due to the fact that shinobi grade tights meant that if she sent chakra into them, they would darken instantly. So generally when shinobi start fighting, they tend to channel chakra throughout their entire body. So her clothes will very much react to the chakra. Her jacket won't really do much, but the skirt will stay anchored down and will only move when her legs obviously approach it and require it to move. Otherwise it won't move from wind and that. And yeah, black tights will darken to somewhat there. Yeah, to black instead of being somewhat transparent. Yeah. And then from there, she went and wore somewhat, which probably won't, well, yeah, would wear not all the time, but soon they're probably going to be doing a lot of D ranks. She's probably going to wear them up until they get their first, well, yes, their first C rank, which they still have never gotten. They've gotten their first A rank, but not their first C rank yet, as their C rank was their A rank was disguised as a C rank, so doesn't count. So they've still haven't had a first C rank yet. Well, yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, she also somewhat wore. Well, she has two different, shinobi hills, reinforced shinobi hills, both being the same hill height of around 5 to 6 centimeters high, with one being black, the other one being a dark burnt orange. As it was orange, she had to have it. She loves her orange. So yeah. Well, yeah, that's. Kakashi wasn't really that surprised, considering like Naruto's sexy jutsu and like the possible many of times Naruto has used it on him without his or her now team around to notice. So she wasn't really that surprised. Like Naruto was in a somewhat, well, yeah, wearing what she was. Yeah. Though another 10 or so minutes later, and Sakura would arrive, as they would somewhat be looking at her as, or him as, why are you late? Like, Naruto was here half an hour early, Sasuke got here like a minute or two early, and Sakura was the one late, which was odd. Yeah, though Kakashi could understand why someone Naruto was here half an hour early, as she was excited, as Naruto generally always comes dead at 8 o'clock. So yeah. So Naruto was never late nor early. So seeing her early just meant she was excited to see her team again. Or their team. Yeah. And, well, Sakura just started at Kakashi as he'd go, Sensei, you're actually here, as Kakashi would go, yes, I am. Now do you care to explain? Do you care to explain why you're 10 minutes late? Sakura, you see, as Sakura trying to somewhat make an excuse for just being late, as yes, he wasn't exactly expecting their sensei to be there on time. Though Sasuke had a hunch that Kakashi would maybe turn up early today, so came like a minute or two before 8. And, well, yeah, when he'd entered, he'd seen that, obviously, Naruto and Kakashi sparring, so it meant that they were probably that Naruto and Kakashi had been there for quite some time now. Yeah, especially if some of the sweat coming off of their sensei meant anything, which meant the house had at least been spun for a good 20, 25, probably 30, 35, around 30, 40 minutes now. And yeah, as Sakura just go, I just Kakashi would try and go, don't make this. Sakura, just next time, tomorrow, come when I tell you. Not late, not 5 or so minutes late, because if you start coming late, then there will be consequences for you, because if you're late, you get the consequence, not the team. As you just quickly nod and was like, so then, when did you get to Kakashi Shrug? I was here somewhat an hour, somewhat early. Naruto go, well, I was here, half an hour early, and Sasuke would go a minute early, a minute or two. It seemed like she really, and she was somewhat confused on how enough she could understand, say, Sasuke getting here early, even as a gal, but Naruto generally arrived at, directly at the time that their sensei had asked them to meet at, so how enough did she get here, half an hour early? How did Naruto becoming a female make her start coming early? And since it was an hour early instead of 3 hours late, what was going on? Yeah. Kakashi would go around now then. Sasuke, I presume you probably haven't really. Sasuke, what have you exactly been doing for the past week? As Sasuke would just go training. As Kakashi would say, in what? Chakra, taijutsu, ninjutsu, genjutsu, taijutsu. Why, sensei? As Kakashi would go, Sakura. It's like, yes, I know you had a Anbu help you with your transition from being a girl to being a male. So what did he teach you? Mainly helped in my somewhat taijutsu and my physical starting a somewhat training routine to increase my strength, strength in that. Anything else? No. As Kakashi would go, well, as Sakura, aren't you gonna ask Naruto, sensei? As Kakashi would go, Naruto just told you that she'd arrived half an hour early. I'd told her beforehand. Well, I'd asked her beforehand, which she then told me. So, no, I'm not going to make Naruto repeat herself. When you decide to come up late. Now then, there'd be perhaps besides besides her, as Kakashi would then go with my, Sasuke Sakura, go with my clone. And it would teach you the the next and somewhat, and useful chakra control exercise. And yes, Naruto already knows it, as Sasuke would somewhat glare at Naruto, as Sakura would just somewhat nod and go with, and start following Kakashi's clone, whereas Sasuke would also follow Kakashi's clone, but would just tend to glare at Naruto, which Naruto would just shrug off, not really caring. Though Kakashi seeing this would sigh and would go, would say, Sasuke, even as a girl, hasn't changed. As Naruto go, I think Sasuke's got more rowdy now that she's a girl, but what do I know? As Kakashi would just shake his head and would shake her head and go, well, I presume you'd probably know a lot more about Sasuke and Sakura than what you lead other people to believe. And Naruto would just shrug, don't know what you mean, Sensei. As Kakashi go, well, anyway, here Naruto, as he would hand her over a piece of paper, as Naruto would just look at her unimpressed, as Kakashi would say, that's chakra paper, or more specifically chakra conductive paper. When you send chakra into it, it will have one of 5 outcomes. Remember the basic elements, the wind, water, earth, fire and lightning, right, Sensei? Yep. It will have one of those, and one of those reaction. If it's fire, it will burn. If it's lightning, it will crinkle. If it's water, it will get damp. If it's earth, it will crumble. And if it's wind, it will split in half, or just split in 2 pieces, not specifically in half. Naruto would just nod as Kakashi would go, would pull out a piece of paper and go see, as it would be, Kakashi would send a bit of chakra into it, as it would crinkle up, and would go, see, I've got lightning. So send some chakra into it, and let's see what you have. Naruto would nod as it would just split in half. As Kakashi go, you've got wind. Well then, that is not go. Is that good? As Kakashi would go, well, depends on what you mean by good. If it's strong, well, depends on the lead you use it. It's a rare affinity, which means that you're going to not really go up against people with the same affinity as you. But the downside of that is that you're going to have to somewhat come up with, you're going to have to make most of the jutsu with wind affinity. Though with how many clones you've got, you'll probably end up mastering wind affinity in barely any time. So that would just somewhat okay. So then what do I need to do now? Well, what I want you to do now is pick a leaf and try and cut it in half with your chakra. And yes, you can, and I will suggest highly that you use clones. Just remember, don't pop them all at once, and pop them a couple at a time when you tell me to. Right, Sensei? Yes. As Naruto and Nan go, how much clones do you want me to make? As Kakashi go, well, as many as there are leaves on this tree behind me. Naruto would nod and would immediately make, shadow clones. And Kakashi, and you should get to work doing that. As Kakashi would somewhat think, yeah, like, you could try to meet up with Asma and, ask if there's any, say, secret way or, any, say, specific way of, say, learning wind, learning wind techniques faster, or that as, as he'd perceived to just somewhat, she'd just perceived to sit there, and then she'd remember that she herself hasn't gotten great control. Well, she had, good control, though, with, obviously, you can get her chakra control somewhat shut up a bit more, causing her to lose some focus. Well, not some focus, just losing, the ability to perform some jutsus, as they require specific amounts of chakra, and being better at chakra control screwed that specific amount up. As she could send that specific amount, or what felt like that, and it could even be more or less. So, yeah. So as Naruto does that, she would make another 2 clones, and they would go into the forest to see how many jutsus they can do, and see which ones they need to, or she needs to practice to get them to work again. And yeah, and so time, obviously the somewhat time would go by as Sakura would then walk towards Kakashi, as she'd go, Sensei, your clone told me to come here now that I was done with water walking. Just Kakashi go, here, as he just hand a piece of paper, as Sakura would just stare at it, and then stare at Kakashi, as Kakashi would say, that's chakra conductive paper. Sakura obviously explain to Sakura like he explained it to Naruto, and when Sakura had understood and had sent chakra into it, it had caught a light, as she has fire nature, or at least in a manga, or in one of Naruto's mangas she does. Don't know what one, because I read on Naruto fandom Wikipedia that she has in the novel fire release, so that's what she has, and that's what I'm giving her. And Kakashi somewhat mentally sad, as she was somewhat hoping for either a water or earth user to act as somewhat a obviously barrier, as they tend to be quite good, though she also presumed that it's probably stupid to want Sakura to have that, one of those natures, as Sakura's chakra pool isn't exactly large, it's just barely now scraping low gaining level. And though she'd presume that she could always treat Naruto either earth or water control, which, considering the amount of clones she's currently got, it would probably be, it'd be maybe a week or 2, if not a month, to learn water, and probably another month again to master it. But hey, 2 months to learn, and then, a month to learn, and then another month to master an element, pretty damn good, considering it can take years to get an element, like your own affinity down, and then years to properly master the affinity. And so Naruto would somewhat walk out and go, Sensei, Naruto, he'd say, as Naruto go, is there any faster way to get this done? As Kakashi would shrug and go, well, the only other person I know that has a wind affinity Naruto is Team 10 Sensei. I just had to go, oh, really? Yes. And he's quite proficient with it, so I would suggest going and asking him, and before you run off, I would suggest sending a clone instead of you going yourself. Naruto would just somewhat nod and would create a clone and would go back to work whilst the clone would go off to search for Asuma. Asuma. Sakura would go, Sensei. As Kakashi go, right, sorry. Sakura, what I want you to do now is to try and burn a leaf with your chakra without burning yourself. Sakura go, huh, is that even? Yes, it is possible, otherwise I wouldn't be telling you to do it now, would I? I should go, I guess not. As Kakashi would just sigh. As Sakura then going trying to burn a leaf, which to her surprise was a lot harder than what she initially thought it would be. And Sunshine always thought, oh yeah, I've got brilliant chakra control, everything will come easily to me. Well, not quite. And Kakashi was somewhat wondering why she was even bothering training Sakura and elemental chakra control, because it'd probably be useless to her, because he doesn't have enough really chakra to properly perform a lot of jutsu, or really any jutsu at all. With that, the rest of the week would go by as 3 days would go by as Sasuke would now join. No, not 3 days. 2 days would go by as Sasuke would now somewhat join Sakura and Naruto in learning affinity control. Elemental affinity control. Naruto would arrive at 7:30, like normal, as Kakashi would look at Naruto and go, Naruto, they would somewhat speak for a bit, as Naruto would somewhat, during that somewhat talking had made enough clones to take all the leaves off of a tree. As Kakashi would go, so Naruto, how long does it take you to, why you been early for the past 3 days, 2 days, you've been somewhat here early, half an hour early at that. Naruto would shrug and go, it's when I get up. It's getting up at 7 o'clock, so as Kakashi would blink, it takes you half an hour to get ready. As Naruto would go, no, it doesn't, it's just when I decide to leave. As Kakashi go, I see. As Naruto go, we then ask, how long does it take you to get ready then? So it says, Kakashi would go, 15 minutes. I'm still not used to, as suggested, to rest these, so it takes me a bit of time. As Naruto just nod. So Kakashi would go, how long does it take you? 10 minutes. As Kakashi would blink, 10 minutes? Yeah. Takes me 10 minutes to get ready. From when I get up, 10 minutes and I'm dressed. 10 minutes up, toilet, back, dressed. And then I'll have breakfast, eat breakfast, brush my teeth, and then do a bit of fun jutsu, as Kakashi. So then, how are you somewhat coming along in that? It should go, it's easy. it's relatively easy as Kakashi just non-go well. Uzumaki as well, always good in Finjutsu. It's not, just not, it's like, well, yeah, Gigi said it's like I know, like it's say like a language, and I know, like I know it. I'm just learning, like different, like so sentence, different words to make up different sentences, or that once you have to learn the language and then how to construct sentences. I already know the language, and I'm just like learning just how to say the different words and that for said sentence, for making say different sentences, which Kakashi just that's I guess one way to put it. So is it is it hard at all for you? Is now to go, well, no, not really. If I ever bothered to, I guess, try it, then it just, if I ever bothered to need to get to a specific level in a specific amount of time, so I had a week to get to level 8, well, that would be too long, and I would be at level 10 by then. It's Kakashi blink take you a week to get to level 10? No, I'm level 4 at the moment, so it'd take me, 6 days? Yeah, around 6 days as Kakashi would take. Wait, that would be, a day per level. Though the only reason why it's taken me so long at the moment to get to level 5 is because I'm only doing it for 5 or so minutes. 5, 10, 15 minutes a day. So, I'm not really that focused I'm not really that focusing on it as, as Kakashi would just somewhat nod. And, before they could somewhat continue to talk more, one of Naruto's clones would go, well, boss, if we're doing it, you're gonna have to do this, you're gonna have to do it too, as it would just go off and drag Naruto away from Kakashi, as Kakashi would just somewhat shake her head in amusement. And from that, 5 to 10 minutes later, and Sasuke would show up, as Sasuke would go, as Kakashi go, finished water walking yet, Sasuke? As Sasuke would go, yes, finished it yesterday, with with slight eyebrow twitch, as Kakashi go, come and then, show me, and then we can then progress to what Sakura and Naruto are doing. Sasuke would just grunt and follow Kakashi to the stream. When it's there, Sasuke would walk onto the water and showing that she very much can, and Kakashi would order to someone jump and that, which she would, and Kakashi would just nod and go, well, okay then. And they would go back to the clearing, and Kakashi would then hand Sasuke a piece of paper, which Sasuke would just look at, and Kakashi would just sigh and would go, that's chakra paper. Sasuke, you send chakra into it and it will reveal your elemental affinity, as Sasuke would go, well, that's useless, I already know mine, as Kakashi would quack an eyebrow and go, and that is fire, of course, I may. Nuchi, yeah, I know, but you don't specifically need to have, and you don't need to have an affinity to fire to use fire, Sasuke, so just humour me and do it, as Sasuke would just grunt and would send chakra into it, which to her surprise, it would crinkle up, as Kakashi would go, well, seems like you don't have fire now, does it? You very much have lightning to what it looked looked like to me, as Sasuke would just somewhat glare at the piece of paper as Kakashi would go, "Now then, Sasuke, what I want you to do is sit down and send lightning into your fingers." And Sasuke would just grunt and say that's easy, and would proceed to do it and somewhat yelp as Kakashi would go, and try not to electrocute yourself. That's the goal of this exercise, is to not get electrocuted by your own lightning. Sasuke would somewhat just glare, somewhat send a slight glare at Kakashi, though he would somewhat just shrug it off. And yeah, they should already have made 2 clones which had gone to the lake, and their jobs were to perform as many water jutsus that she knows of, and one clone to do as many, is to somewhat write down as the jutsus somewhat try and write down all the jutsus she remembers in wind and water. The reasons why is because she plans on after Naruto's split a waterfall in half to teach Naruto, to somewhat have a couple of clones learn the wind style techniques, and to have obviously Naruto and some of the rest of her army to go into water, really, and to learn water, as be quite helpful to have some of his larger reserves as Naruto to learn water, as water is quite a good defensive element, though earth is better, but water is still somewhat good, especially if you can make water dense enough and thick, and make the walls thick enough. Then you really don't have to worry about much getting through, besides from fast firing projectiles would smack into the water and not really get that far through, though the slow massive targets are another thing. But no, you're not really going to see an earth, use to make a giant earth billet. You're more or less going to see them make small, say, mud billets, earth style earth billet. Sakura would somewhat end up coming in and would somewhat would end up just trying to obviously still trying to burn a leaf, as she'd somewhat then would then somewhat go to Kakashi and say, "It's impossible, Sensei," as Sasuke would listen in, as Kakashi would say and go, "It's not impossible, Sakura, it's not impossible to burn a leaf." As Kakashi would say and go, "Sasuke, can you somewhat go get a leaf quickly and somewhat show Sakura that it is very much possible to burn a leaf with just your chakra." Sasuke would just grunt and would get up and would quickly somewhat walk up a tree, grab a leaf, walk back down, sit back, and somewhat just in a open palm send chakra into it as it burst a flame, before obviously turning to ash, as Sakura would go wide down and go, how did you do it?" As Sasuke would just go, "I sent chakra into it," as Sakura would just roll his eyes and go, "I know that." But how, as Sasuke would proceed to tell her Sasuke would then ask Sakura what he's been doing, and Sakura would then tell her what he's been doing, and Sasuke would then tell her what he's been doing wrong and how to actually do it. And after listening to Sasuke, Sakura would try it again and would get a spark of a flame, as Sakura would go, I did it, Sensei, I got a spark, as Kakashi would go, well done, now get back to it. As Sakura would go, hi Sensei, as she'd then look at Sasuke and go, and you get back to trying not to electrocute yourself. As Sasuke would just grunt and plop her butt back on the ground, trying to not electrocute herself. And with that, days would go by as it roll around to Friday. Yeah. Well, 2 days more and it'd be a week. Though, yes. As Naruto would currently it'd somewhat be around midday as Naruto go, yes, I've finally done it, Sensei. As you'd somewhat jump up and down excitedly as Kakashi would go, done what? Naruto, I've finally cut the leaf in half. As Kakashi would go, well done, now to move on to the next step. As Naruto, and that is, we'll go to the next step tomorrow, but the next step is to cut a waterfall in half as Naruto would just stare at Kakashi and go, you're joking, right, Sensei? Nope, I'm not joking, Naruto. As Naruto would go, come on, how is it even possible to slice a waterfall in half? As Kakashi would shrug, don't know, but it is. It is, and you have infinity, and that's your next stop is to slice a waterfall in half. So Naruto would just sigh. But with Naruto, Kakashi would then somewhat say, well, no, actually, Kakashi would, before he'd tell Naruto the next step, he'd tell Sasuke and Sakura to go ahead, to go off to the Hokage Tower, and that she and Naruto will be there shortly after. They would somewhat nod. The only reason why Kakashi would keep this from Sasuke is, well, he didn't exactly want Sasuke to get even more jealous that Naruto was moving on to the next step. Already before she even got past trying to not electrocute herself. Naruto would, and Kakashi would then say what I just said to her. Naruto would just nod and go, Sensei, as Kakashi would just nod and go, yes, Naruto, what is it? I think a green-clad ninja wants to speak. I think a ninja wearing green spandex wants to speak to you. Kakashi would go, huh? Guys, as Naruto go, so that's his name. Well, no, he's just over there. As Kakashi would blink, would look up and look over to where Naruto was pointing, and yep, right there was somewhat guy, seemingly somewhat looking at Kakashi and seemingly looking like he wants to ask her something. So Kakashi would look back and Naruto somewhat shrug, hey, if you want to continue to speak to me, Sensei, I'll be here. Kakashi would just somewhat nod and would walk over towards Guy as Guy would go, my youthful rival. As Kakashi would crack an eyebrow and go, hi there, Guy, can Stan think I can help you with? As Guy well, you see, as he'd slightly blush a bit as Kakashi would crack an eyebrow and wondering what was up with Guy. As Naruto would somewhat go up behind Kakashi and go, and go, so you have a crush on Sensei here? As both Kakashi and Guy would visibly jump as Kakashi would turn around and go, Naruto, don't do that. And I thought I told you you didn't tell me anything, Sensei. I just said I'd stay around. I didn't specifically state that I would stay specifically in the spot that I was standing at the time. Kakashi would somewhat sigh, though he'd look back at the guy who seemingly, I would go, so you're my youthful teammates again. Yes, and I can clearly see that you want to ask my sensei something. And this guy would somewhat sigh, not being able to make a distraction from what he was trying to ask. As guy would just somewhat nod and go, Kakashi, would you, Nato just sigh and go, you have, and somewhat just say, just bluntly, you have a crush on Sensei, don't you? As Kakashi would somewhat go, no, that can't. As guy would just somewhat would blush but would nod, which but somewhat surprised Kakashi, as she'd almost immediately enter somewhat mind and her own thoughts as guy would as Naruto, and I presume you're wanting to ask her out on a date. As guy would once again somewhat blush but would nod, as Naruto would look over to her sensei and somewhat see a kind of farish look off, and would think, and would just go, so it seems like sensei's gone off the deep end. As guy would go, what do you mean? So she doesn't, as and go, no, I think she does. Why don't you ask her? As guy would go, Kakashi, would you like to go on a date with me? As Kakashi would go, whenever you're free. Kakashi is Naruto would sigh and go, guy, she's practically free 99% of the time. The only time she isn't free is when she's in her bed asleep. So, yeah. Guy would seemingly go, and would then go, would today be fine? As Kakashi would seemingly on autopilot would ask what time? As guy would go, 6 o'clock, if that's okay with you, my youthful rival. As Kakashi would just nod and go, that's fine then, it's a date then. As guy would go, I'll see you at 6. I will meet you at your apartment at 6 then. Kakashi would seemingly just nod, as guy would then run off, quite happily that he somewhat got a date from his somewhat best friend now turned gal. His best friend that was now a gal got a date from her. As Naruto would just look over to her sensei and go, and would start poking her in the side. And a minute or so later, and Kakashi would finally swat away her Naruto's fingers. Kakashi would somewhat descend and glare at Naruto, and Naruto would go, wow, that was pretty mean, sensei. Kakashi would go, what do you mean? Naruto, do you remember anything about what you just promised that guy person? Kakashi would go, what do you mean I promised him something? Because Naruto would somewhat At this point in time, would go, Sensei, you just agreed to go out on a date with him. As Kakashi's eyes would go wide-eyed and go, what, but her? When, what? No, you did, Sensei, you clearly said, okay, it's a date then. And he's coming around at 6 o'clock at your place tonight at 6 to pick you up, to take you on the date you agreed with. So it's going to be pretty mean if you don't turn, if you, well, yeah. As Kakashi and just sigh in dismay. And go, well, it's your own fault, Sensei, as you went into your own thoughts there. As Kakashi would just sigh but would nod. As to go, well, I guess the only thing I could say is just be yourself when you go on your days. Kakashi would crack an eyebrow and go, what do you mean by that? Well, what I mean is that if you're shy, well, yeah, if you're brave, don't be shy. If you're cute, don't try and act shy. Like, don't try and act like someone you are not. And, well, yeah, I guess what I mean by that is, like, if you're shy, don't try and act, say, brave and strong or that. And if you're somewhat scared, again, don't try and act brave, just act like yourself, act just how you normally do, as Kakashi go. It's like sign go, so, and not go, and no, Sensei. That doesn't mean you can go to the date, on your date, wearing your shinobi outfit, Sensei. I'd suggest you wear something more comfortable, if you have anything, as Kakashi would sigh in dismay and would go, I don't. As Naruto would go, well, it seems like you have to buy something then, which Kakashi would just sigh and would nod. As Kakashi would then somewhat seemingly say, well, then you're coming with me, as Naruto would go, huh? Why would I come with you, Sensei? Well, to help me pick out something. As I'd go, think you're asking the wrong person here, Sensei. Kakashi would shrug. Well, you seemingly know a lot more than what you let on. Naruto would shrug and go, well, seems like them were going to somewhat be busy, as Kakashi would go, huh? How so? Well, it's currently, maybe 12:30 now, and you've somewhat sent Sasuke and Sakura to go to the Hokage Tower, where I presume we're going to take a mission. And however long that mission is, that plus then, as you've seemingly agreed to drug me, well, seemingly go shopping then for some new clothes, and then all of that within the time frame of getting back to your apartment, getting somewhat washed so you at least look fresh, and put on somewhat the outfit that you've bought, and then to go on the date with this guy person who's seemingly your rival. Kakashi would somewhat sigh and would just go, okay then, as you'd put her hand on Nato's shoulder, though, before she could sanction, Nato would sanction, as Nato didn't want to end up wherever Kakashi's mind was currently at, because seriously, she didn't want to end up either in a somewhat wedding store for almost no particular reason. So she'd, and Kakashi go, huh? I didn't sanction. I know, Sensei. I Cat. That wasn't the only thing Cat trained me in, obviously. As Kakashi go, right. as they would then walk up into the tower and into the mission office room as Hiruzen would go, Team 7, how are you? As Naruto go, I'm fine. GG and Kakashi Sensei here's very good also, as Kakashi would send Naruto a somewhat mock glare, though Naruto would just shrug it off as Kakashi would, Hiruzen would crack an eyebrow at that, as Hiruzen go, so I'm here for a mission, as Naruto go, yeah, do you rank any baby sim missions? As Hiruzen go, and why would you want? Let me check, and when I mean babysitting missions, yeah, I know now too. You want an actual babysitting mission, an actual where you are looking after a baby. Good, as Kakashi would somewhat look over at Naruto, wondering why is Naruto in somewhat Armbu code, which didn't really surprise Kakashi to how Naruto learnt Armbu code. That wasn't really far-fetched. Yugao, aka Cat, could have easily taught Naruto. Naruto would somewhat hand sign future practice for you senseis. Kakashi would then somewhat blink and would then somewhat go bright red at what Naruto was insinuating. As Hiruzen would have seen the hand signs, but would have seen Naruto hand sign something to Kakashi, but didn't exactly catch all of the hand signs, so didn't properly know what it was. And from whatever Naruto had hand signed, it clearly embarrassed Kakashi, as she was now somewhat blushing a crimson red at whatever Naruto had was insinuating, apparently. Or, yeah, they'd eventually pull out, it'd eventually go, here, as Naruto go, good, as Naruto would take the scroll, would go, good, we'll take this one. As Kakashi would somewhat blink, go, when did you come, Sensei? As Naruto would shrug, I don't know, but come on then. As Naruto would somewhat walk out with Team 7 following her, as Hiruzen would just crack an eyebrow at that and would just shake his head in slight amusement. Yeah, because if any of his Anbu would tell him, if any of his Anbu somewhat told him a week ago that Naruto would seemingly be leading Team 7, and that Team 7 seemingly would follow her / him without any arguments, or that he'd probably have sent them to death, or Ibuki for somewhat thinking that they were either highly intoxicated or something wildly else. And with that, guys, I'm going to end this part here. So if you have enjoyed this part, tell me in the comments down below. And yeah, guys, hope you guys have a happy Christmas and a happy New Year. And I'll see you guys in part 3 for the final part, or more specifically, the final what if of this year. Possibly if I don't end up live streaming anything. So yeah, guys, stay safe, have a good day or night, depending on wherever you are and whenever you guys are watching this. And yeah, good. Bye!